It's not on yet.
Oh, well, then that's good.
Good morning, everyone. Hello and welcome to Wednesday. It's a wow Wednesday. And I'm here with Charlie Coons.
Hello,
Last
everyone.
morning here.
Hello, everyone.
And we are going to play some music to get our peeps in here. And Auntie Jean is finding it so she can share. Yes, I said the S word. Let's see if we get kicked off.
So you're in a hurry? Well, you better calm down. We're all friends around you, just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. Should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day. Isn't so come on, let's play. Forget the rush you're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a good song. Keep back, relax, and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day. And come on, let's play.
Oh, we got a few people awake. Good morning. Auntie Jean is here, sitting right beside of me. Marietta, good morning, our heart lady. Andrea Gregg, hello. All right, it's Wednesday. It's not time to sleep in. It's time to be awake. The middle of the week. You made it to the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, I just, I don't know what's going on. But we were kicked off of one and now we're back on it again. It's the
Wacky.
Facebook thing. I told you if I said that word that they were going to not be happy.
Wacky Wednesday.
Joanne Castillo, good morning to you. There you are, Deirdre. I shared it to you. Bye, Chris.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not out of here just yet. I thought you were waving to me. Okay, Sunny says good morning also.
I know.
Suzanne, good morning to you. All right, we're gonna try to go into our hearts. Let's see if Sunny will cooperate. Okay, she's settled for a moment. Good morning, Annie. All right, so let's do some heart brain this morning. I know I could use it, and I think the whole collective right now can use a heart brain coherence. So touching your heart center, slow down the breathing. And exhale everything else. Just let that go. Focus only on love. Breathe in the love. And breathe out the love. As you focus on that breath coming in, be grateful for it. Give some gratitude that you're able to take a breath. Gratitude that you woke up this morning, that you have another day, another opportunity to really thrive, to enjoy, to play, and to find more peace in your life, and therefore find more peace in the world. Breathe in love and breathe out love. Breathe in joy and breathe out joy. And breathe in peace. Let it fill your whole being. And breathe out the peace to the world. Ooh, that felt good. All right. So what's going on? It's Wednesday. This is our prayer day. So I will be sharing in just a little bit our big long prayer list that we have going on that everyone has shared to us. Has asked us to take care of their loved ones by lifting them up in prayer. And there's so many right now that are in need. There's so many things happening out in the world that we need to hold our family and just pray for the very best outcome. Good morning, Ricky and Josie. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. Well, I have pulled a Kuan Yin card. I don't know what it says, but it's sitting in front of me to speak to all of us. And I don't know, I'm just sometimes blown away at how beautifully she wraps her arms around us and teaches us and guides us and lovingly nudges us. She does that, you know. And Auntie Jean says it's our last day with the wonderful Charlie and Chris. Thank you, beautiful family. And Sunny. They're threatening to ship Sunny to Texas to be with Auntie Jean because there's such a bond that has been created there, and it's just beautiful to watch. And watch out when she comes into your home, she'll try to steal your pets. She does. She steals their hearts.
Yeah.
Christina, good morning. So good to have you here. Christina, let me know if there's a time we can talk today. I have a question for you. All right, Kuan Yin, see what the lady has to say this morning. Love your body and live your dreams. I want you to experience all that life has to offer. I want you to see your dreams coming alive in the world. When you love the sacred soul animal of your body, as I love you, then you will manifest all that is divinely meant for you and thrive. And isn't it interesting? I used that word thrive already this morning before I even looked at this card. So that, I think, is our focus. That's what we're here for, is to thrive. We're not here to suffer and
I ban it.
Okay.
to have
Don't go running.
to
Don't
have
get
all the
door
hard
off.
things of life going on. And
Go easy.
Christine's going off for her day. Brookie, good morning, good morning. So what does it mean? Hello. What does it mean to thrive? What does that mean to you, Charlie?
I guess to go above and beyond what you're to thrive. And the card was like for like you were here with Auntie Jean, and she did a lot of things that she never done before, you know, so that was like you know, I don't know if they were her dreams, but they were, yeah, you know, they were, you know, to do things that you know, the experience with you and Auntie Jean here was just so phenomenal, and you know, with so much love and gratitude, and so it's like it just brings me in a higher place. It's hard to get much higher. I don't know. I'm just,
Okay.
I just
Above and beyond. I like that. And And, when we're living in our human experience, there's going to be things that are not above and beyond. There's going to be the struggles, the day to day, the things we have to do. And then there's things we get to do. And it's the get to do things and attitude that lifts us higher into the thriving. Jean, what about you?
To me, thrive means, we use the word thrive a lot when we're growing plants. So to me, thrive means to grow and to blossom. And that's what I've been doing on this trip.
Oh, you sure have.
Grow and grow, blossoming and reaching higher and higher to that central sun.
Absolutely. Yes, that is thriving. It's blossoming. It's not being limited, not being held back and saying this is all there is, folks. Because it's
Just
not.
letting the light in.
Yeah.
The light and the love.
So how about all of you? How do you thrive? How do you see your life as thriving? Or are you simply plugging along and surviving? And that's, to me, is the difference. If we're just in survival mode, if everything is a challenge and nothing is play and nothing is fun, then you're not thriving. To thrive is to just really enjoy this life. And I do. I enjoy the heck out of it. I love my life.
Yes, she does.
I do. Joanne says, I'm sorry, Charlie. Joanne says, thrive to me is doing what you love as your work, but also keeping things in balance, which anyone who knows me knows balance is a struggle for me. Balancing home and family, work and personal health habits daily. Yeah, there has to be a balance there. And when it's like when we find that balance, that's when we thrive. Because we're not, as I said, we're not in that struggle of have tos. We have some get tos in there as well. And some of the have tos, some of the things that we absolutely have to have, like finances. We really can't live on this earth on zero. I guess you could, but you're living off of somebody else's dime when you do that. But some of those can be a get to. And like Joanne said, if you love what you do, then you get to go do that. And if you're not loving it, then look at that. Look at that situation. Am I stuck? Because you don't have to be stuck. We make choices every day, but I talk about choices on here a lot. But it's true that we make those choices every moment of every day. So if you're unhappy in what you're doing, then look at that situation, because it's probably not in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing to thrive. Maybe it's what you're doing to survive. And, for some, that's enough. If that's what you want, and that's all that matters, is that you're surviving. But if you really want to enjoy this thing called life, you'll find the way to survive and thrive. Charlie, you had a thought.
Well, it was like you were talking about play, and that was yesterday's card on how to play. And the alignment is essential to everything we do. Because if you're not in alignment, it isn't going to work out, no matter what.
No matter what.
It's all about alignment. And to this day, I mean, it took me 65 years to wake up, and thank God I did. Some people never wake up, and they don't learn the lesson they're supposed to learn in this lifetime. So they'll have to come back and try and learn it again in the next lifetime. It's just how the universe works. It's all about alignment.
It is all about alignment. And You know, and the angels last night talked about full stop. If you haven't read the blog yet, it's really an important message, I think, that they gave to us last night about realizing that nothing outside of us is going to change us. It's not going to change the situation. If you're waiting for a superhero to swoop down and, you know, just grab you up and say, oh, go to this place or go to this level, it's not going to happen. You know, we can talk all day long about how to raise your vibration, how to manifest, how to go into your heart, but we can't do it for you. Nobody can. You have to come to that full stop of what you're doing that's not working, going around in those circles, trying the same thing over and over again, and coming to the same place in life. You have to come to that full stop and then look up, because it's not around you.
And it's all about love.
That's where the
And-
love is.
Yeah, and you have to love yourself. It starts with that. You know, not loving yourself, it ain't never going.
That's right. And Suzanne says, I thrive when my heart is filled with love. Love is the answer.
That's like you, that heart brain. I don't want to come out of it because
Mhm.
it's so enjoyable, you know.
And you
so-
can do it as much as you
So,
want.
but yeah, I
Yeah.
think everyone should do it every hour, on the hour, or every half hour, whatever,
Yeah,
or as much as you can.
as
'cause
much as
it-
you can. It makes a
It,
difference.
it does, it's
Yeah,
incredible.
and throughout the world, there are people that are doing it at certain hours of the day, wherever they're at. So it is ongoing throughout the planet. And, you know, just stop and you'll be not by yourself. You will be joined by millions across the planet that are doing the heart-brain coherence. This is an outreach of the Heart Math Institute. We have groups everywhere around the world that are doing the heart-brain coherence. Oh, Blue says, love, love, love that, Charlie. All right, so Marietta has a thrive for us. Today's healing radically includes vibrant energy. That's our thrive. I love that. Oh, Marietta. I hope you're keeping track of these, Marietta, because you've got so many you've shared with us and taught us that are so amazing. Joanne says, love Charlie's insight about alignment. Absolutely. Brookie, thriving equals living our best life, maintaining our optimal functioning as we grow and evolve, as Sunny knocks my table over. Let's see, where was I? Becoming whomever we desire to be and doing, creating whatever we dream. Yeah, that's the thing. If we're not in that alignment, if we're not thriving, then we're still spinning. We're still going down those roads that reach a dead end. We're still coming to that stop sign and saying, which way do I go? Because we're not getting that guidance in that direction.
Going around that circle.
Mhm. The roundabouts
Yeah.
that are on Teri's list of things I do not want to experience in life. Kathy Hand says, I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. Well, that's great that you acknowledge that, Kathy. Acknowledgement is the first step. So you've taken the first step. And when you're ready, you'll take the next step. You will. And I hope you read the blog, Kathy. I think you do. I think that's part of your morning routine. When you get up and do your reading, that's part of what you look at. But, you know, just look at the message that the angels gave, that it's not, the help is not anywhere around you. It's not on the outside. It's not what you're seeing. The help comes from your higher self, from God, from your guidance. And once we connect in with that, then things start to unfold. Then that light turns green and you're able to go forward again. But when you're stuck at that stop sign, everything looks terrifying. You know, the roads here in New York are horrible. I'm just going to say that. They're horrible.
A lot of potholes.
There's a lot of, well, it's not just the potholes. There's a lot of places I've been where the roads, I don't know what those engineers were thinking. But you come to a stop sign and if you're using GPS, it might tell you turn left. Well, you have options of turning left. You can turn on one road, another road. It's like craziness. You don't know which road is supposed to be the one you're turning onto. Because unless you live locally, seriously, for out of towners, it really does suck because it's so confusing. And
Well,
I've gone around in so many circles, not just here. It's happened in other places, but here it's like I can't get there from here. It happened at your brother's, Jane, in Texas.
well, that's,
Yeah, in Texas, we were right there. We could probably have thrown a rock and hit his house, but the GPS was telling us to turn, but there were so many options. We could have gone so many directions, but it wasn't saying,
well,
okay,
that's 'cause
this left, not that left.
they're mad at you because you're saying you're in Long Island and not on Long
I
Island.
am in Long Island.
No, you're on Long Island in New York.
All right, Charlie, we'll agree to disagree on this one. But yeah, the choices that we make, we'll either go around in circles. We won't be on the exact left that we're supposed to be on, we'll be on another left. But it's just crazy. And it's one of those things that you deal with when you travel. So if you're traveling in New York, just be aware, we'll probably go around in a few circles.
As long as you didn't make a left onto the railroad tracks.
Well, I kind of avoid doing that. Lillian has joined us from Norway.
Hello,
Lily, I'm
Lillian.
so glad you're here. We're
Good
just sending you
afternoon. Good
so
afternoon,
much
Father.
love. It is afternoon
Good
for her.
afternoon.
Yes. And Auntie Jean says, Joanne, balance is the important step right now. Our world is all unbalanced right now. The angels are helping us find our center, our balance. Your awareness is right on. It certainly is. Joanne, I'm so glad you're going to be at the retreat because we can all use some of your wisdom. Joanne has such a beautiful heart, and I know you're there to learn, but I think you're going to be teaching us as well. We all teach each other. And Bricky says, beautiful insights, everyone. Thank you. Lily got visits by her dragonflies the last 2 days when she sat outside. I wonder what message they wanted me to hear. It was Annie. Annie, you had a dragonfly that came and crossed over right at your doorstep. The dragonflies are reaching out to us more and more, and just listen to them. You'll know when you just sit with them and sit with their energy, you'll know what they have to say to you. And Kathy, you'd love to meet Marietta. You all should all meet Marietta. She is an experience. I'll leave it at that. Oh, Suzanne says the GPS will say in 10 feet, take a left, 6 lanes over to the other side. Our New York experience. And Kathy says both New York and New Jersey and Washington, D.C. are confusing to drive through. Oh boy, is that
goodness.
true.
We
We-
did all three.
We somehow got diverted into DC on the way to see Kathy. And oh my gosh, I was ready to turn the steering wheel over to Jean.
And Jean was,
Jean
not
was
ready.
hiding her head, just praying I wouldn't hit somebody or something, because it's crazy there. It was just insane to try to navigate through those streets. I really don't want that experience again.
And you didn't even drive through New York City.
I
we drove
I
enough
know.
through New York.
Well,
that it
Well, we're going to
was-
be driving some more through New York today, so keep us in your prayers that that's going to be a safe travel.
Next door to Connecticut.
Annie put the dragonfly to rest in her plant on the porch. Thank you for doing that, Annie. I probably told you all this story before, but I'll tell you my story of the dragonfly. where, when I used to have a place to live, there was a swimming pool that I would swim in almost every day. That was my exercise. And I got in the pool one day and I'm swimming, and about halfway down the pool, there was a dragonfly in the water, and it had passed. And it was just laying there. And I thought, you know, I'm going to honor this dragonfly. I'm going to honor this being, because they are. Everything that has energy is a being. So I pulled it out of the water and took it over to the grassy part beside of the pool and said a blessing and left it there. And when I stood up and I looked up, there were 2 dragonflies circling ahead over my head above me. And it was like they were just watching and observing and giving gratitude. They let me see them give gratitude for what I had done. You know, I could have left it there in the pool. It would have been sucked into the filter eventually, but didn't deserve that. So pay attention and honor everything on God's earth, everything, no matter what it is. And once we start doing that, once we start really paying attention to each other and to what's in our world, then we're going to have more compassion, and we're going to usher in that peace that we so desire.
I remember stopping at a light and just looking at a squirrel, and the squirrel looks at you like, and acknowledging you, like,
Of
well, look at that
course.
crazy one.
We can communicate with any.
Exactly. When you're in that high vibration, they feel that vibration.
Oh, they certainly do.
They know you're there or whatever. I mean, I would just stop at a red light and listening to my music or whatever. Squirrel. I never had it, It looks, he was out in the yard, a little ways away. Wow. And so
Everything that has energy recognizes everything else that has energy, whether it's uplifting or not so good. It's going to recognize that energy.
Everywhere we've been, there's been a dragonfly,
Mhm.
which, like I said, in Texas, we hardly ever see them. So when I went a confirmation, the angels send me a dragonfly.
Mhm.
And in New Orleans, when we were there, I got to talking to one that was on a plant in front. It is just, she just turned her head and looked at me, and her eyes were just centered on my eyes. And it was like a million things transmitted between us. She was so beautiful. They're messengers. of
They are
God.
messengers, and I've known that for years. They come to me everywhere I go. So, yeah, it's been beautiful to see them along the way with you. Lillian said, I felt they wanted me to do a change for myself and not feel guilty for thinking for myself a bit in my life. There is no reason to feel guilty about self-acknowledgement, self-awareness, and self-love. It has to start there. You have to love yourself first and then put that out to the universe. When you're a giver and you give, but you're not refilling that empty vessel that's in your heart, then you're eventually going to burn out. So you have to fill that vessel. You have to give yourself the love and nothing to feel guilty about.
nothing but love and light.
That's right. Suzanne says, I walked in Valley Forge and 2 dragonflies kept flying along with us. They will. They'll let you know their presence. All right. So let's get to the prayers. If you all have any to add to our list, then please do so. Please type that in the comments. If there's, as I read them, if there's any updates, I'm able to see your comments while I'm reading them. So just put it in the comments. If there's something we need to know about those we're praying for. And before we get started, I want to just thank the ones that prayed for my friend Kuka last night. Kuka had to evacuate her home. She lives on Big Bear, which is on fire. There are 2 huge fires going on there. And one of them is very, very close to her home. I haven't had an update this morning because it's still very early out there in California. But please continue to pray for her and all the people on that mountain. There's a whole town up on the top of that mountain. And they've evacuated, and I've been on that mountain and off that mountain, and it's no fun trying to get on and off on a normal day. But when there's that many people trying to evacuate at one time, I'm sure it's not a pleasant thing to go through right now. Annie, you have a lady named Pat who has cancer and getting treatment and has caught COVID. Well, let's add her to our list, Annie. Thank you for letting us know that. Let me get our prayer list up here.
Did she say her name?
Pat. Okay, so as we say these names, just remember, these are people that a loved one has asked us to pray for, has asked us to lift them up to the highest being. I call it God, call it whatever you wish. It doesn't matter what name we call it. It's the essence of that being that we are lifting it to. And just ask for the very best outcome for that person or that place or that situation. So on our list are all the P's for peace. Oh, Suzanne Peretti, thank you for joining. Her daughter has COVID. So Suzanne, I will place her on this prayer list if you want to get, oh, her name is Sophia. So we'll put Sophia on there and we'll be praying for her every day. Suzanne, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Rochelle is having foot surgery tomorrow. Thank you for your prayers and praying for my friend Kuka. Thank you. And Suzanne Millard, adding your mom to the prayer list. I think she's already on there. We'll see when I get to the names. And our other huge prayer is for peace on earth. And thank you, Deirdre. I saw your prayer for humans, Gaia, and world peace. Joanne's asking prayers for my husband, John, who is dealing with changes that COVID have created in his industry. I believe he is trying to refund himself. Okay, so let's lift John up for that stress that he's going under. All right, so just as the name is said, just send love from your heart. That's what we do. That's the healing energy. Prachetta, Prachir and Goofy, Mina and Neil, Navriti, Jasmine and her daughters Anya and Myra and her mom, Abha, Billy and Tim, and please keep their son Brian lifted in prayer every day. Brian is still in the hospital. It's been a month now, and he is in liver failure, and now the kidneys are also going. So please lift Brian up. Sheila and Kevin is having a lot of issues after surgery, and they may have to go back in and do surgery again. So please continue to lift Kevin up for healing. Gary, James, Loretta and Cecil, Joanne Castillo and her family, her husband John, as she's asked us to pray for, her daughter Jackie and grandson Eris, Deirdre and her daughter Danya and Thump, Deirdre's sister Steph and husband Bob, Adriel, Joni, Tia Fernetti, Nancy Sanger, Mickey, Suzanne Millard and her family, her daughters Jillian and Jackie and her granddaughter Jessa and her sister Karina, Marietta and Ed and good girl Pearl, Claude and Raquel, Leo Harley and his family, DJ Blaze, Lakshmi, Ken, Jebby, Jim and son, Ryan, Rick and Josie, Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim Lorio and their family, Jean and Ron Lorio and their family, Christina and Carrie Leftwich and their family, Mary Lou Burdick and her husband and family, Catherine and Michael Kovacs and all of her beautiful family and fur babies, Rosalind Good Vibes, Sally and Tony De La Rosa, Rose de la Rosa, Kathy and Bob Hand and their family, especially Colin and Marlena, Bo and Candy Hand, Michael, Patty, Sonia, Paul and Marlene, Joe and his wife, Pat Moss, her daughter and grandchildren. And we found out she has more grandchildren, but we always lift up Olivia and Tom. But let's include the whole gang of grandchildren in there for you, Pat, and her sister Susan, Becky LaFave and Travis, Erica Hoppy and her family, Corinne, Charlie Coons and his family, his brother Raymond and wife Kathy, Hope Wellington Marshall and her son Zinna getting ready to go off to college, and her parents Winston and Cynthia, Trey Horn, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Annie Seven, beautiful little Grayson, Regina and Adam, Cassandra and Destiny Ortega, Luz Orsini and the grandkids, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick Zimmerman, Jennifer and Micah, Oksana and her mom, Amber, Jenna, Katia, Maximus and his teacher, Herb, Darlene, Caitlin and Aunt Gail, Isabel and Paul Reese and their daughters, Inesh and Teresa, Vieta and Juliana, her daughter, Linda and Dick Lemieux and their sons and grandchildren, and prayers for a successful sale of their house, and also for travel prayers for Linda, who will be heading up to Maine and then back down to Vermont for our retreat. Linda's friend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh Lord and their children and grandchildren, and Stacy's mom, Karen, Mary Lord, Buster, Wayne, Blue Jean and Dave Walensky, and all those beautiful fur babies that are getting ready to meet so many of you peas. Dolly the horse, Chance, is it Chance the horse? Pam and Gordy, Lindsay, Aunt Inga, Rose Sermon, Gary McCorkle, Brookie and family. Can't wait for all of you to meet our Brooke. Girardi family, Jeanette and Ernie, Sean, Angel Fullerton. Let's lift Angel up. She is pretty much running We the World right now. And we've got this huge event of 11 days of global unity. So Angel's got her hands full, and let's all lift her so that this happens with ease and grace. Lily Ann in Norway and her family, her children and her grandchild Gabriel and her mother. Kathleen Caputo, praying for her down in Florida right now with what she's going through, and for safety because I know there's storms brewing out there. Colleen Straw, baby Wyatt and mom Mandy, baby Haven, Kat, Steve, Candy and Pastor Bruce, the Deerfield Valley in Vermont. Let's get it ready for the peas to come in there. Alba, Dottie and Don, Grace Isis, and her father Edwin and all of her family over in Kenya, Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Karen Palmer. Let's lift her up high. Karen's so special to me, and she's very involved as well with the 11 days of global unity, and will be doing activities for us every day with that. And prayers for her mom, Barbara, Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Elena, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine, Tammy Fisk and her daughter and her sister Tracy, and that new baby CJ, Lori, Kelly, Rochelle, and your mom Rose, Stephen, Catherine, Ruth Anderson and her family. And we just really lift Ruth and just ask for special prayers for her and her beautiful family, and for her sister-in-law Sharon, who's going through a lot physically right now. Diane Bertut, Jeannie and her sister Merle, the whole area of Boulder, Colorado rebuilding. Deb Goldberg and her family, Michelle, Crystal and Dean Nobles, and their sons Gabriel and Jacob, and Brody the dog. Laura Hill, Julia Osborne, Sharon Rhea and her family, Sherry Gatewood and her brother-in-law Padama, Hanaya Hummingbird, Tammy Hill, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Terry Wilderman and her father, Mary Quincoli and her friends, J.H., Mike and John, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Camilla and Nick in Australia, Lynn and Riozzi in Florida, Frank, Albie, Viola, Kenneth, Bobby, Monsi, Kamal, Maddie, Akil and the Pakistan orphans, Noel, Yuri, Scott, Letitia, Mary, Joshua, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Pam Dyke, Kimberly, Ellen, Susie Koff and Richard, and please lift Richard up for some guidance and direction in his life. Terry Gilstad and Terry also for travel prayers. The Walters family, Chiara, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Marianne Pish and her family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Lenny, Rick Olfick, John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney, please hold prayers for her and her husband Bob as they're away from their home right now and praying for the best outcome there with that fire. Bob Simon and Sherry Otis, Sharon Boyle and Zoe, Carol Fisher, Jay Rothman and Mary, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Rookie's Aunt Jeannie, Shelley, Sue and grandchildren, Carrie's mom and her niece Laura, Maggie's mom, Freddie, Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Robert Dosa, Miles and Sarah, Debbie Carol Hawks, Carl, Brutus the dog, Augie the dog, Chris Blake, Dante, Jerry, Kaylee, Trevor Jordan, Richard Weber, Charlotte Abrahams, Michelle Landers and her family. The areas of Buffalo, New York and Uvalde, Texas. Joanne McCon New, our Changes Retreat, that's right around the corner. Teresa Gloria, Whitney, Jude Doughton, Karen Gibbons and her daughter, Matt, who just had a motorcycle accident, Noel and his housemate, James Schultz family, Julia Kiss and her mom, Cynthia, Uncle Albertino's family, Howard's family, Courtney, Lucinda, Ryan, M, and anyone else that we want to put in there. Let's please remember Jean's daughter, Marianne. We're getting ready to visit with her, and just prayers that will be a beautiful visit there where we can just focus on love while we're there and help her to see the love that we're bringing to her. So, Rosalind, you are on the list, honey. And thank you for being here today. Yes, we lift you up every day, Roz, and sending special prayers, lifting those who need strength and travel prayers. Thank you.
I was going to say we haven't heard from Rosalind in a while. She pops in.
She comes in every once in a while. Thank you, Roz, for being here. So let's say this prayer together that we do every Wednesday. And think of all of these souls that we have lifted up, all these places that are going through trauma or tragedy. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Make us all an instrument of your peace, that we lift each other up every day, that we give love, because love is the energy that heals. And we are on this mission as Peace for Peace, as a beautiful soul family. We are on a mission to bring in more love and light into the world, So right now, place your hand on your heart and just say with me, only love and light is welcome in me. Only love and light is welcome in me. Let everything else go. Just pull in that love and light energy. Let it fill you completely. The light opens up what's there. It shines through any darkness and dispels it. So whatever is going on that's heavy in your life, whatever you're holding that's putting a black cloud over your head, pull in the love, pull in the light, and let that be what your focus is. When you come to that full stop, after you've been spinning and turning and going in circles and not getting anywhere, just stop and look up and say, only love and light is welcome in me. Connect in with your higher self. Connect in with the highest power that is, whatever you call that. Just bring your energy up so that your vibration is the highest it can be. And in that moment, in that connection, everything else fades away. Everything else takes a back seat. You have to fill your heart with love to be able to help anyone else, to be able to give of yourself. So fill your heart with love, and we're going to do that right now, as we do every
I just got
day.
one thing to say. The light of love is essential now. Desmond Tutu knew this when he said, my humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together. Let us walk towards the light.
Amen. Thank you, Charlie. And we're walking towards the light right now with our heart telephone. So breathe that in and breathe in the words that you just heard. And we say on the count of 3, 2, 1.
Thank you. I love you.
All right, let's get to our special song made just for us. And that's sung by one of our P's that we dearly love and can't wait to wrap our arms around at the retreat. This is our Leo with a Cuppa Fulla Joy.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready, because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go, come on, come on, come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. We're on a peaceful peace, on a mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day to start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day to start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a Cuppa Fulla Joy, give me a Cuppa Fulla. Give me a Cuppa Fulla Joy, give me a Cuppa Fulla. Cuppa full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the choice is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we all part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team, and you can side with us. There is always more space in the pot for more love. Take a spot and get the day started. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day to start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of love. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of love. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of love. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of love. There really is no secret. We simply accept, align, allow. AAA, Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cuppa of joy. Cuppa full of joy. Cuppa full of joy. Give me a cup 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 of joy.
Woo! All right, Alexa's got to let him go though. He always tries to keep ourselves. You can't have him, Alexa. He's ours. Thank you all for being here. What a blessing to be with you this morning. Love you so very much. Stay in your heart. Stay blessed. And we will see you later. Namaste, y'all. Jean and I will see you from Connecticut for the next couple of days. So,
And I'm gonna miss my mama P.
and no, it's going to be sad leaving New York, but we know we'll be back eventually. All right, we'll see you guys.
Stay in your heart and stay blessed.